Okay, I've been asked to do an update. Gosh, I haven't done a video in quite some time. It might be almost a year. It might be more than a year. But here's where we're at. I am pretty much, I think, officially ready to, next week I'm calling the building inspector and going to get that ball rolling for my rough inspections. Just a couple things I left kind of undone so the inspector can see things if he wants to see what's behind the sheathing. I left a couple pieces kind of open, but this is what we got going on here. I think this was probably already more or less in place last video, but cabinets, refrigerator, I have rethought this corner over here. The refrigerator will go about where it is, and to the left of that will be a little like a desk area. To the right of that, I'm not 100% sure, but probably just some sort of like a also a countertop or a closet-ish thing, something like that. And but my wiring is all done. And come on out here. We've got, this will be a little linen closet right there. Laundry room will be right here. Back out here, of course, that corner is sealed off because I'm living in that corner of the house. But what's right behind this is a bathroom, and there will be a door right here, pretty much where that ladder is, that will go into the bathroom from the great room. And a doorway here that will go into the front room office. That's the breaker panel that I was using while I built everything out. I did just get the permanent breaker panel all in and wired and connected, and that is what is serving the house now. Come on out here. Of course, this is the master bedroom. Over here, I've got this framed out now for pocket door right here that will go into the master bathroom with a vanity right there in front. The toilet will go right here, and over here will be the shower with probably a glass door on that. I haven't really decided, but I did make that a step down shower rather than having a curb to step over. You'll just step down into that. Over here, another pocket door into a pretty good sized walk-in closet for the master bathroom. Again, all my wiring is done. And ceiling fan will go out here. And I have about decided I am going to put in a heating and air conditioning system. It's called a mini splits. They are very widely used in other parts of the world. They're very, very, very efficient and very zonable. Where you have, I will have 2 units, each one with 2 zones. So one unit will handle the office and this room, and then there will be another unit that will have 2 air handlers for this room. And walk on out here. I think I've got pictures of the porch before, but it has come along a little bit, I guess. This still is one of my favorite areas. It is getting kind of cluttered with an abundance of furniture. So at a point I will have to decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. These black chairs all used to be at the club, and they are real leather black chairs, and they're pretty nice. So I don't know how well suited they are to being outdoors, but I might end up keeping 2 of them or 4 of them for out here. I've got 6 of them. Also scored this wonderful, wonderful cabinet. It's supposed to be a kitchen island, although I'm not going to be able to use it for that purpose. But it will either be out here or get used somewhere. It's a really cool piece. And of course, front porch. I do have a little bit of clutter out here because I'm about to pack up and get ready to go back in. But this is the area in which I am living. I got rid of the motorhome almost a year ago, and finished this room out so I could. I'm trying to get a little more light in here, opening the blinds. But it is my humble digs. My next door neighbor Joe gave me a air conditioning unit to put in here so I can keep this room air conditioned, which is sure a nice thing in this heat. There's my puppy. Say hey, TJ. That's my puppy, Thomas Jefferson. He's a good dog. My new puppy. Unfortunately, Ginger has moved on to the next world, I guess, since my last video. But this is cabinets that will end up getting used elsewhere in the house, but for right now they're giving me a space here to live in. It's like I kind of a kitchen against that wall, my cooktop, microwave, small refrigerator so I don't have to go out to the big room for everything all the time. Of course, my bed, my table with the computer, and this is what will be the main bathroom. And so I am. This is also this was salvaged. This knotty pine paneling was salvaged from a house that was getting torn down, and very much kind of like gives you the look I'm going for the whole house. It will all be lots of wood, and what else was I going to say? Oh, I'm not quite done here. Where this came out, there was only 8-foot ceilings in the house this came out of course, and I've got higher ceilings. So up there where that paneling ends, I'm going to put a tray around there to lay in a dimmable, probably a rope light or a rope LED or something that will just be kind of like all the way around the room up there at the top. And hey, there I was in the mirror. And we go downstairs now too. Come on, TJ. Good boy. Good puppy. And downstairs. Probably not a whole lot really to see down here. But I did get everything nice and cleaned up in anticipation for the building inspector. But here's all my rough plumbing, of course, for the for the main bathroom. I use PEX for the water lines. That's this, well, the white is the 3/4 inch trunk lines. And then the blue is, of course, my cold water lines. The red is the hot water lines. And I love working with that stuff. Boy, is it easy to work with. Very easy to cut, easy to bend, easy to manipulate connections. I tell you what, I will probably never use anything else. I'm all about this stuff now. And more of the plumbing here. My good buddy Rick Ayers came and ran all this. He's a licensed master plumber. That was one thing I was not going to tackle myself. I mean, I'm sure I could probably do something that would work, but would it be code? Probably not. So I paid somebody to come in and do that. And water heater sits down here. Now this whole little alcove will get closed in with a doorway to kind of help keep the weather out of there, particularly in the winter time, to maybe, I don't know how much it'll help, but maybe keep that a little bit easier to heat my water and keep my pressure tank from freezing perhaps. And over there, that's my third bay with the beastie 65 Ford 4-wheel drive F100. Just got that back and she's running like a absolute top. Do have maybe just a couple little things still to iron out with that. I got a very slow leak on one of the tires, and the brakes. I'm not real happy with the brakes. Don't seem to release when you take your foot off the pedal. It kind of drags, so we still got just a little bit of tweaking to do. Not the best place, I guess, to check that out. Ooh, and I got a kayak here a few weeks ago. Ed, you wanted to see my kayak. Here's my kayak. and took that down the Etowah River, just a couple miles away from here, and really enjoyed that a lot. I want to start doing more of that in my copious quantities of free time. And so that's about it. Before the inspector, I need to pull all this black tarp back so he can inspect the sheathing and the nail pattern on that. And that's about it, really. I think I got a couple of electrical boxes to make up there in the office. That is the room I'm living in. But other than that, I think I'm about ready for the inspector, and then I can get on with putting siding on. And that's probably the first thing I want to do, is get siding on at least the back and this end of the house before winter time. And my goal was even to get more than that done, and get the master bedroom area completed enough to spend the winter in this year and not be confined to just the one room. So that's where it's at. Progress is getting made. Sometimes it looks like it's happening really slowly. I guess in some ways it really kind of is. Oh, I also did strap down these the posts all the way up there with 2-inch by 1/8-inch steel, and bolted all that down and all the way down. The posts go all the way down, and of course the posts are bolted to the concrete pillars. Same thing out on the corner posts. And I guess that's about where I'm going to leave it. So, oh, I don't know if I got this in before, but also kind of frame that in as